Hey guys, Deborah with Pinching Pesos here, and welcome to eBays and Bacon on this Monday morning. I did great things this weekend. Like, bah, awesome, amazing. When I was finished, I had a big grin, on my face, and I was the only one in here, so there was, nobody to celebrate with, so that was kind of stinks when you can't celebrate with anybody. But I know it doesn't look like it because, that closet still needs to be gone through. But I finished my office. I'm so excited. Um, it's just a much more usable space, and I have a lot more room, and I brought back a table, and it's going to be piled with crap if I don't. No, I'm just kidding. The one thing that I didn't finish this weekend was, aside from the closet, which I didn't touch at all, because it's just not a functional piece of I don't use it for anything other than things that I don't touch at all. I didn't go through the totes, so that's something that I'll be working on throughout the week as I'm listing. I did go through all of the drawers, and there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 drawers that I went through, not counting the little ones, to kind of just sort out all the extra junk that I didn't need. I was looking through some of these things, and I'm like, I gotta start doing this because I'm gonna get really bad. I'm gonna need Botox. I go like this a lot. I need to stop it. So, anyway, so I was going, see, look, I did it again. Going through all the drawers, and that's a private label item. It's like a spacer that you put in the middle here, and it prevents you from scrunching up your face. That's going to be my thumbnail for this video. Anyway, don't screenshot that right now. So, so weird this morning. Go through all the drawers, and there was just so much stuff in there that I was like, why do I have this? It was just things that I just couldn't bear to throw away at some point in my accumulation of things that at some point in time I was thinking oh, if I ever run out of stuff, then I'll list this widget. It's why do I have this? So I actually filled up quite a few trash bags of just random items that just didn't need to be, there was a lot of stuff that was just junk, it couldn't even be donated. It was just junk. And then I did start going through some of the games that I had stacked up in the back, and was is this really something that I need to bother with? And it wasn't. So there are some things that are stacked up ready to go to donation. And so I'll be working through the totes of stuff because I know that there's things in here that just don't need to be here. So there's probably an entire shelving unit of stuff that it's just going to be gone because it's just, I don't need to list it. I don't need to take the time to do it. It just needs to go away. It's things that maybe I bought and they didn't end up working properly, or they were missing pieces, or just, was one of those things that you get home and you're like, why did I buy this again? What in the app said this was a good thing to buy? So anyway, so once that gets all completed, I mean, that's going to be amazing. I can't wait to have a different backdrop where it's not shelves of stuff. So if you've been following along, this entire series has kind of been about goals. I mean, that's what it started out as, and it's what it's going to continue to be, where I just kind of work through my thought processes on my goals and what I'm trying to do and my struggles and whatever. And so if you followed last week, you know that I got an organizer, I got a planner, and I've actually been using it. I've totally been using it. I have been making sure that it was a habit for me to use this thing. So there's last week. I had a great 3 days. Look at my weekend. Look at that. Almost had a $200 day yesterday. Isn't that crazy pants? Sunday was like kicking butt. I bet you I get no sales today. That's normally the way it works. If I have a great Sunday, my Monday is like crickets and tumbleweeds. But I've been using my planner, and so here's today. I did it last night. But one of my goals is to actually set up accounting time. And I would like to do it, and it's on my plan for the day, for at least 10 minutes of accounting time, because I haven't been doing it at all. So aside from the easy auction tracker, which is amazing, and I'm going to go over that with you here shortly, I haven't been doing my accounting. And you can't just use one thing. You know, you can't just say, oh, I have GoDaddy, so it's all fixed. Or I have an Excel spreadsheet, so it's all fixed. You know, it's kind of like you just can't use, at least I can't use one thing. Because GoDaddy pulls all of my PayPal transactions and all of my eBay transactions and then all of my bank transactions, while Easy Auction Tracker pulls all of my eBay transactions and keeps track of the stuff that I bought and how much I paid for it. GoDaddy is like live action. So it has accounted for items that I bought that haven't sold yet, which is not how my accounting works. I can't claim those items as costs of goods until they sold. So whenever I show you my GoDaddy, it's going to be very different profit-wise from my Easy Auction Tracker because of supplies and other deductions like my electric and my internet and my phone and all my other deductions that I'm allowed to take because I have a business. Those all come out of GoDaddy. Those aren't showing on my profit side of my Easy Auction Tracker. I could put that in. I just don't, because I haven't been doing accounting. So if you filed your taxes for your business, you'll know that if you don't do your accounting, either you're pulling a number out of the sky and just hoping it's right, or you're not getting all your deductions, so you're overpaying, or you're not doing it at all, or like me, it takes you a lifetime to sit there and go through all of the transactions and all of the things and be like, okay, this is categorized as that, and this is categorized as that, and just, it's a pain. It's a total pain, and it will take weeks at a time. So what I'm trying to do, even though it's already September and I should have been doing this in January, is taking a little bit of time every day. So that way, whenever the year ends, I'm not like, oh my God, I didn't do anything, and do my accounting. So I'm being accountable to accounting. Yay, because numbers are fun. I actually don't have a problem with math, but I do. It's very monotonous to sit and, so that's why I left it at like 10 minutes. I was like, okay, 10 minutes is a decent number, you know, to be able to kind of sit and do my taxes. So that's what I wanted to do. So what I'm going to do is I want to show you, if you've never looked at GoDaddy, here's my GoDaddy. I have hundreds of items that are uncategorized that need to be categorized. I have also not put in any of my mileage at all. It's been accounting for some miles. I'm not sure why. I think it's because this is a store that it knows. But that's going to have to get deleted. So I have all of these transactions, $10,000 worth of transactions that haven't been accounted for. So like this Michaels thing, this was when I bought my planner. So that's an office supply. And then here is when I bought a bunch of stuff for RA. So those are costs of goods. Now, the thing about GoDaddy is that it says that it's a cost of goods, but it's not a cost of goods until you actually sold it. So your profits and margins are not going to be right. So Disney Store, that was OA stuff, so that's cost of goods. So going through and doing this for 10 minutes a day is actually going to cover a lot of these things. I should have this kicked out, you know, within the next week. This should be finished. On my Easy Auction Tracker, it does cost of goods kind of real time. I put those in as the things sell. So they go in like that. So on my profits and losses, it's over here all accounted for. So it's going to look totally different than my GoDaddy. I haven't checked to see if, yeah, it integrates your expenses tab, but I don't expense anything, but you can put it here. Like if you wanted to add, to this area, like these are the categories, and you can set up all your categories that you want. And then you could say, you know, it costs me $20 for Hobby Lobby. You could say it was for office supplies. And so then that's going to put that over here in your expenses, but it's, I don't know. I just don't do that. I prefer GoDaddy. I'm not going to key all of this stuff in. I'm just not going to do it. It's not going to happen for me. If I'm going to do accounting, I have to keep it very simple. And that's why I started using Easy Auction Tracker to begin with, was because I'm not going to key this stuff in. I had an Excel spreadsheet before that I purchased, and it was a great spreadsheet. It was, you know, it covered all of the bases. It had, you know, everything that I kind of needed to have. But I'd have to key it all in manually, and I'm not going to do that. I can barely sit here and just put in my cost of goods on the spreadsheet for Easy Auction Tracker, because it pulls all of your transactional information. It pulls everything that comes through your eBay. It pulls all that information. It has all your fees and your shipping, and shipping that you paid, shipping that you received, all your customers' information, everything that's gone through your eBay. And then, you know, I also have to put in like my inventory when I buy things. Half the time, 70% of the time, I don't even do that. So I have to keep everything really simple. I know me. I know the person I am, and I have to keep it so simple that, you know, Easy Auction Tracker is the way that I go on that. I haven't looked at the chat. Okay, nothing up there. All right. So that's what I'm working on now. That's my new goal. I'm adding to the other goals. And so what I've been doing here is kind of building up more momentum. So as I spend 1 week working on this goal, which last week I did awesome. And I talked about this on Friday. I hit my listing goal. I hit my sales goal. This week I'm definitely going to hit my sales goal because I hit it over the weekend. I have my planner that I've been working on. I'm doing a very good job of making sure if something goes into my head that I just write it down. You know, if I have a thought that's like, hey, I need to look up a recipe for such and such. I know how I work, and I'll say, I need to look up a recipe for such and such. And then that thought will never come back around. It'll be like 3 weeks later, and I'll be like, oh, I never looked up those recipes. So I've been writing everything down. If it comes into my thought process that I'm like, I need to do such and such, it goes down on the thing. It's like, it's there. And that's kind of working for me. I've been doing really well. I'm really excited about being able to follow through with something because I failed at follow through for so long that it became something that I was either going to give up and be like, I just can't do any of this, or I had to find a way to make it work. I don't give up on things, so I had to find a way to make it work. And that's working. You know, trying and basically forcing myself to be accountable and follow through with, you know, the things that I say that I'm going to do. I think one of the best things that I did with this planner was to utilize the little stickies. I have little stickies that I can write stuff on. And so those are the things that I write down that I know I might not do today. So I've got this stuff that needs to be done today, right? Shipping needs to be done today. I need to list. I need to clean up the hallway because I've got some stuff in the hall that got pushed from outside the office. And I need to do my 10-minute of accounting. But groceries, trying to find a recipe book I used to have, and my sales update video are all on stickies that can move. Because those things, I don't know if I'm going to do today. I don't know if I'm going to have time to do those things. And I don't want a bunch of things on my, like, written permanently on my day that I didn't complete. Because that's not very motivating. That makes me feel like I didn't make it, like I failed. So for me to write down the things that don't have, you know, that I know I might not get around to, like groceries. I really need to go buy groceries, but we're not starving to death, you know, but I need to go buy some things. I don't have that written down as a permanent thing that I'm going to do today. I didn't have it written down as a permanent thing I was going to do yesterday or on Saturday because I knew I was cleaning my office. I knew that I probably wasn't going to want to go to the grocery store for an hour and a half, you know, and then come home and put the groceries away. And it's a 2-hour venture. I knew that I probably wasn't going to feel like doing that, but I knew it was something I needed to do. So today, I've got all of this shipping to do. I have 13 items going out. I still need to list stuff. And I've got some other things to do. I'm not sure if I'm going to get around to going to the grocery store. So writing it on that sticky that I could move helped me not feel like I was letting myself down, and helped me not feel like, oh, I have all of these things on my list that I didn't do. So the way that I've organized the planner is that the stuff at the top is stuff that I know that I should be able to complete that day. You know, there are things that need to be done that day. I have to do my shipping today. I don't have any other option, you know, other than to be late. And then on the bottom are things that I put that, you know, are movable, are flexible, are, you know, they need to be done, but they don't really need to be done right now. You know, it's okay if it doesn't happen today. And then I've started utilizing the notes section for those things that kind of just pop in that are like, hey, you need to check to make sure when, you know, gymnastics starts. Okay. You know, I don't need to do that like right this second, but it needs to be done, you know, at some point. So that's what I'm working on. And adding the accounting goal is going to help come tax time, because tax time is not fun and it creeps up on you really quickly. You can sit here and be like, oh, it's September and taxes aren't due until April. It will be April the minute you turn around. It's like, oh my goodness, it is April now. So try to do accounting on a regular basis. If it's 10 minutes or an hour a month, or, you know, 5 minutes a day or whatever it is, try to make sure that you're accountable to your accounting, because the IRS will make sure you are. They will. They don't play. Do we have any questions before I close this out? I wasn't planning on doing this very long. I was just rambling off what I had going on. Do you feel like you have too much time for your own good? I feel like I have set my life up that way. My life is established that I'm not stuck to a set time frame or schedule. So in a way, yes, it is. It's too much time for my own good. Yes, it is. Because I don't have any place to be at any certain time except for picking up my daughter from school. That's it. That is my one time responsibility every day. That's it. And taking her to school. So I have two. I have two time responsibilities. I need to be up at 7:15 to take her to school, and I need to be at the school at 2:50. That's it. And then what's the other time responsibility I have? I need to make sure I make it to the post office before 8 o'clock. So that's it. I have a lot of flexibility in my life, and flexibility sometimes isn't my friend. You know, I have too much freedom. I think sometimes it allows me to be not accountable. That's for sure. Kelly says, I think the stickies are a good idea. I'm good at being late. I was born late. I hate being late. I do not like being late at all. Being late is like one of the most stressful things in my life. I do not like being late. Plus, I think it's disrespectful to people's time. I don't like when people are late with me. Like, I want them to be right there. That's why I don't do Craigslist stuff. Because if you say you're going to be somewhere at 5 o'clock, you need to be there at 5 o'clock, because I was there at 4:50. And so I've been waiting on you. And it is now 5:03 and you're not here. So, you know, like I'm so, like I hate waiting on people. When are you going to list those coats? Actually, I might list them this week, because if you want to know what the holdup has been, is that I had no place to take the pictures. So unless I wanted to take the pictures like on the couch or laying on the floor or something, I had no place to take them. But now I have a table and I can put it on my mannequin and I can take the pictures. So I will put it on my list. Okay, I will put it on the list for this week, that I will list the coats, but it's going on a sticky because I don't know what day I'm going to do it. So list coats, then send picture of raspberries to Dwayne. List coats. All right. got the list of coats. All right, you guys. That's all I was going to talk about today. That was nothing super special. That's it. I'm super excited about my office. I'm going to get to shipping because I don't want to let that build up to the end of the day and then I'm going crazy trying to do it. Normally I don't start doing shipping until like 1. But today I'm going to start doing it now. So I hope you guys had an amazing week. My weekend was awesome sauce. I had great sales. I was like, yes. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for catching up with me this morning.